Testing, testing, radio's on. Can you hear me clearly, both ears?
Yes.
Nice. Cool, and I'll hit the magic button. I've got a noise cancelling headset. Okay, and start the clock. 5. Stop. Flight. Gotcha. Right, little radio check. Golf November India, Golf Papa Hotel, radio check. See if she's on frequency yet. Nope. Okay. Little mini mag check. Good, all clear to move. Off we go. So what we'll do is we'll check the brakes work before we get onto a runway and find actually the brakes don't work. And the other thing we'll do is we'll come around here, so we'll see that the compass is turning the correct way and says the slip ball going out to the right. That's correct.
Golf Papa Hotel, Golf November India, just approaching from the east.
Golf November India, roger. Well, good. So that's Catherine coming in. So we might just see her land before we do our takeoff.
Papa Hotel, which runway are you using?
28.
28, copy, Golf November India.
Right, so at the moment, this is doing nothing. I'm steering with my feet, with the foot pedals. Kind of weird. So I've got brakes and throttle with my hands and steering with my feet. So that's why I said actually learning to drive a car really doesn't help very much. So we'll go down there and we'll park up. We'll just warm the engine up a little bit and we'll do our pre-takeoff checks. Right, so let's warm the engine up a little bit, pick up the revs, and we'll do our pre-takeoff checks. I want to make sure I've got full and free movement on the controls and that they're correctly rigged. Good. Okay. Hatches, harnesses and headsets, so doors are secure front and back. Harnesses are nice and tight around the hips, not too tight on the shoulders. Headsets you've got really nicely in both ears, and there's nothing loose floating around under our feet. Okay, instruments, let's have a little look. We've got our vertical speed. Needle goes up, we're going up. Needle goes down, we're going down when we're level. Needle's level. Airspeed 40, 60, 80 in knots. We're flying mostly between 60 and 80 knots. Here's our height, that's 100 feet, 200, 300, 400, 500, little hands in thousands, so 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,002. I'm going to set that for 0 here on the ground. Now, can you read the pressure for me?
What?
So what's that say?
1,000.
So, yep, 1,000, so that gives us a QNH about 1020, that's fine.
Yeah, we traffic Golf November India, joining left base 28. Yeah,
so she's coming into land that way and she'd be in. Cool. Okay, and so we'll keep going forward. Fuel, got 30 litres, fuel pumps on, chokes in, the fuel taps open. Flaps, if you have a look behind you on the wing, you see one stage of flap, 2 stages of flap, all the way up. First stage of flap set for takeoff. There she is on left base. Going to turn in on final. And we'll do our power checks. So we've got a complete double system for the engine. So if there's a problem, the second system just keeps running everything. Look at that, that's nice to know. We'll give it some carb.
Yes, we Golf November India, final 2883.
Okay, so we'll just let her land. There you go. When does that stop being cool?
Hotel, winding up 28 and holding. And Papa Hotel rolling 28.
There's 60 knots. There's your dad. Up we go. You look at our climb rate, well over 1,000 foot per minute. So it's a little murky out there. A bit nicer out to the south, we'll head that way. Fuel pump can go off. Lovely, thank you very much. And there we go, 1,000 foot, that didn't take long. We'll add 525 to that, that's the difference between our height above the ground and our altitude above sea level. You can see there's a little bit of low murkiness. What we might be able to do is just pop up another 1,000 foot and we should be on top of that.
Safety traffic, Golf Papa Hotel, departing the circuit to the south.
See, there's that sort of low, murky stuff, but we're popping on top of it. Right. So we'll get up to, gently up to about 3,000 feet. Let everything settle out. So we were talking about equilibrium. You can see here's a plane that's not speeding up, it's not slowing down, it's not climbing, it's not descending, and it's kind of sorted itself out, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just reached that balance point. We've got those three axes of motion that we were talking about. We can get the plane to roll, pitch, or yaw. So that's us rolling, and yawing. You see how the ball swings out as the plane yaws. There's our balance ball. Cool. Okay. Now, the plane is trying to be nice for us. So look, if I roll it and let go, look what it does. Just gradually. See how it's sorting itself out?
Yeah.
Again, if I alter it in pitch and let go, see how it actually sorts itself out?
Yeah.
And again, if I yaw and let go, it sorts itself out. So it's inherently stable.
Oscar Sierra Kilo Romeo, how are you on frequency?
So so when I give you control of the aircraft, it's not like you have to really fly the plane. You can see it's flying. It's having a really good go. Basically, it's having a good go at flying itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't really have to work that hard to fly the plane. And again, you can see it does exactly what we ask for. So it's both very stable, but it's also very sort of honest. If you ask for something, that's what you get. Okay, well let's start with roll. Move the stick left, we roll to the left. Move the stick right, we roll to the right. So you have control of the stick now, Louise.
I have control.
Left stick to roll left, and right stick to roll right. There's a bit more of a shove than you might imagine to start with. There's a reason for that we'll come on to. Back to level. Cool. Pitch, much more sensitive. If you push forward and you feel that's a load more sensitive, isn't it? Cool. Now, watch this. Leave your hands lightly on the controls. Follow me through. I have control.
You have control.
Watch this. We can roll, stop. Roll, stop. So you can set as much bank as you want, and then just hold it, yeah?
Yeah.
And then roll back. Okay. So you have control again.
I have control.
Roll to the left, hold it there. See how the nose drops a little bit, tiny bit of back pressure, and there's your turn.
Oh yeah.
Rollers level. So there's a market on the high street in Marlborough, you see that? Rollers to the right. Hold it there. Tiny bit of back pressure stops the nose dropping, there's your turn.
Golf Hotel uniform.
Rollers level.
Echo Whiskey,
Cool.
basically 5 miles to the south of the field, joining downwind for...
Nice. Rollers level.
Oh, sorry, joining for 2 right.
So you can see that little cloud over there?
Yeah.
Let's head for that. Good. We'll go over the top. We'll just go fly over the top of it. That's great. Lovely. And then these woods over here, we'll turn for them.
Okay.
That's the A4 heading off towards Hungerford, so that's good. Keep your nose up slightly. There you go. That's great. So just keep the nose at the same height.
Yeah.
Don't drop it. You don't lift it. Roll it level. Okay. So don't. There we are. You're not lifting. You're not dropping the nose. Everything's staying about the same. So there we are. If you relax, you see the plane will just fly.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Okay. Right. Roll wings level. And relax. Just let it fly. Nice. Well done. I have control.
You have control.
So what we've been using mostly at the moment is the ailerons. If you look out the window, you see them waggling up and down?
Yeah.
Watch carefully. So looking out the left side, I can drop an aileron into the airflow, extra lift, and the wing goes up. Yep.
Yeah.
Now watch closely. Extra lift, but also extra drag. Watch that wingtip. It goes up and it goes
Back.
back. Right. So if we now look out the front, as we roll to the right, we yaw to the left. See the ball swing out?
Yeah.
So if I just use the ailerons on their own, the nose goes, oh, that's not very nice, is it? Lots of adverse yaw. we're spilling the drinks in first class, the steward's hammering his handbag on the door behind us. It's not great. Okay, so we need to control yaw.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that with our feet on the rudder pedals. So put your feet lightly on the rudder pedals for me. See them there?
Yeah.
One on each pedal. Right on the right, one left. And you feel they're a pair. One moves up, one moves down. Okay. And so look what happens. If I press on the right one, we yaw to the right. When I press on the left one, we yaw to the left. And here's the ball swinging out. Okay. So you have control with the pedals.
Yeah, I have control.
Give me a bit of right foot. And we yaw to the right. A bit of left foot. We yaw to the left, and you can see the ball swinging out. Now, if you remember, secondary effects, if we yaw, we also get more airflow of that wing, and we'll produce some roll. So give me a bit of gentle left foot. Left foot. Look, we yaw, and then we roll. Look, no stick. And you actually, there's the A4, you see, you just keep gently turning with your left foot. And now a tiny dab of right foot to straighten up. And look at that. Again, there's Hungerford over there. So tiny dab of left foot. Just gently bring us round. There you go. And then gentle right foot to straighten up. So there's times when you see me letting go and you think, oh, Julian's being a bit casual. I'm usually flying with my feet. So anytime I'm checking the map, doing stuff with the radio, whatever, we can actually fly quite nicely with just our feet.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, well done. I have control again.
Control.
So we can steer with just the ailerons, and we do a turn just the ailerons. We can turn with just the feet, but if we use one on its own, you get all those unbalanced forces, and it's not the most pretty turn. It's a bit like a motorbike. You can like lean the motorbike or use the handlebars, but a good turn will be like leaning the motorbike and a little bit of handlebars. So now what we're going to do is a little bit of both. Okay, so if you have the stick again and feet on the pedals, you have control. Try a bit of gentle right foot, right stick. Centralise the stick. Tiny bit of back pressure, there's your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Left foot, left stick. And see how all that heaviness goes out the stick, it feels much lighter. Left foot, left stick. Centralise the stick. Nice. And so it doesn't feel, that tiny dab of foot just takes all that effort out of the stick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the rudder, right foot, right stick, is a bit like chili powder or salt when you're cooking. A tiny bit makes a world of difference. You don't want to use too much because you'll ruin it. But just a little dab of rudder makes a world of difference. It makes the turn light and sporty and much nicer, doesn't it? Happy with that?
Yeah.
Cool. Well done. I have control.
Control.
So, every so often as we're flying along, we need just to do checks on the aeroplane. So we're going to do a thing called a Frida check. So if you have a look at the back, we took off with 30 litres of fuel, and you should be able to look through between us and actually see the fuel tank. So what have we got, about 26 litres, 27? Yeah, about that?
Yeah.
Cool. Fuel pump's off. Radio, we're listening to safety comm, I guess out here.
Traffic Golf Foster Kilo Romeo is downwind towards T7 left hand landing.
We could change to Farnborough West, which would be 12525, I believe. So I can change our squawk. to show that we're listening. So at the moment we're not directly talking to air traffic control, but we've set our squawk to show that we are listening to them. Right, so what we have got below us is the A4, and then there's the river, and then there's the canal, and then there's the railway line. So there's lots of things going east-west, taking us out towards Newbury.
Yeah.
So although it's kind of hard to see Newbury up ahead, we know we're on the right track because there's all these things that's keeping us heading out the right way. Okay, so fuel, radio, engine, green, green, green. Direction, we're heading east. We've just gone past Hungerford, so this is Canterbury here. And Newbury just emerging out there. That's a bit quicker than driving, wasn't it? A bit more fun anyway.
Yeah.
And altitude, we're at 2,500. We'll maybe climb a little bit higher. Right. So we now know all about left and right. Let's have a little go at up and down and faster and slower. So here we are, 3,600 feet and all in equilibrium, 70 knots. What's going to happen if I lift the nose?
Go slower.
Right, so let's have a little look. At the moment, I've got you can see how much horizon we've got, about, I don't know, 4 fingers of horizon.
Yeah.
If you put your hand out at arm's length, I know the horizon's a bit fuzzy today, but can you see between the sort of like the white plastic of the nose and the horizon, we've got about 4 fingers.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift that up to about 1 finger. And do we climb? Yeah, well, a little bit. Then what happens? Oh, we slow down.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what happens? Oh, well, the wing produces less lift. See that?
Yeah.
And then what happens? We once again hit equilibrium, but at a slower speed. See that? So that's how we slow down. Now, if I let go, see how the nose wants to drop? Wants to drop.
Yeah.
So I'm having to constantly hold the nose up in the air. Well, that's a pain. So that's when I use the trim. And it gets lighter, lighter. Oh, I can let go. And now we've trimmed the aircraft for 60. And here we are at Newbury.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know, whereabouts in town you live? You haven't got your phone for any picture anyway, have you?
No.
Oh well. There we are. So we can see the race course.
Yeah.
We can see where Greenham Common used to be.
Actually, I think I might be able to see my school.
Oh, fair enough. Where'd you go to school?
St Bart's.
Oh, there you go. Yep, you can see they've got the weird sort of tenty thing, haven't they?
Yeah.
See the tenty thing?
Yeah.
There you go. Cool. Do you want a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can send this to you. Do you want to get a picture of your school?
Can't find it.
Everybody take a...
Oh, okay.
There you go. You can show it at school, go, hey girls, where's your plain peasants? There's the little castle at Donington.
Oh yeah.
There's the A4 and the river and the railway and the canal all going along. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the nose back down. Four fingers. Oh, we go down, but we speed up. What does that mean? That means more airflow. That means more lift. Look at that.
Yeah.
So we stop going down. We just go faster. But now, can you feel? I'm having to hold the stick forward to maintain that.
Yeah.
But as I trim, that gets a little easier, and a little easier, and oh, nothing.
Oh yeah.
So now we're trimmed for 70. So I don't have to keep putting in muscle pressure to maintain that.
Golf Victor off Uniform Sierra. Golf Victor off Uniform Sierra, somewhere else.
So now we can hear the air traffic controllers at Farnborough.
Yeah, it's Cessna 172 departing
Bit crackly.
inbound to Shoreham VFR. 3 miles to the north of Woodley, sliding through 1200 or 1800, requesting transit through your zone via the M3 junction 4 to 1800 and the basic service. Golf Uniform Sierra, QNH is 1024, basic service squawk 0460. 1024, basic service 0460 squawk. Golf Charlie, so changing now to Odeon from Castle Bay 419 at 4225. Golf Charlie, say Roger, well, Castaway back to now. Okay, I'm coordinating with them, and I'll be talking 3647 on the way back. Golf Charlie, say Roger, and QSY, Odeon, bye-bye. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you want to fly us along, we'll follow along the canal and the river. So you have control.
Light 16 aircraft entering the Odeon 18 bed
So
the west.
we're turning away from Farnborough now, so we'll switch back to our local frequency. Right. There's the motorway over there, you see, on that side. But we're going to follow. There we are, there's Kinbury, and we're heading out towards Hungerford again. Nice. So, if pushing forward just makes us fly faster, and lifting the nose up makes us fly slower, how do we do up and down?
Do you change the throttle?
Bingo. Because if you think about it, sometimes the easiest way sometimes to think about these things is to exaggerate it. You go, oh, I'm not quite sure. You go, well, what would happen if the engine stopped? Would we go up or would we come down? You go, oh, if the engine stopped, we'd go down. You go, absolutely. So rather than stopping the engine, what happens if we would just reduce it a bit? You go, oh, well, we just come down a bit. So between your legs is the throttle.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you grab hold of that, and if you just gently pull it back until we've got 3,000 revs. Well done. Now we were doing, that's it, that's it. Now we were doing 70, and the speed hasn't really changed, has it?
No.
What has changed is we're coming down.
Oh yeah.
So we'll turn a little bit left towards Hungerford there. That's Membry Services over there, that's great. Straighten us up, that'll do nicely. Now if you put the power back up to 3,700 revs, push forward gently. There we go, that sounds good. Okay, now look, we were doing 70, and we're still doing 70. What has changed though? We've levelled out.
Yeah.
Add some more power, maybe 4,000 revs. That's it, a bit more. Nice. And we were doing 70. And we're pretty well still doing 70, aren't we?
Yeah.
What's changed? We started to gently climb, add some more power. Add some more power. Go on, 4.2, 4.3. And we start to climb, yeah? Throttle back to 3.7. That'll do. That'll do. And we level out again.
Yeah.
Cool. So we need to go left a little bit more. So off that way a little bit, towards the woods. That's great. There we go. So that's the memory services on the motorway. Now there's two ways of getting to Marlborough from here. We can either follow the road or we can follow the river.
Walkridge bound traffic, this is Golf Mike Charlie, Charlie Foxtrot, dead side descending for 2-1.
Car beat can go off.
Coming off of Charlie final. Runway 1650.
Cool. So you can see where the fields there are part of the old medieval water meadows, so they're designed to flood in the winter.
Yeah.
That says they're not flooded by accident, they're flooded by design. So here, can you see there's a little river going along? That valley. If I have control.
You have control.
Left hand downwind 1.
There's a valley
Oh yeah.
with a little river flowing along it. That's the River Kennet. So if we follow that river, that'll take us back to Marlborough. So you've got Chiltern Foliot and Ramsbury, and that's Littlecote House. So it's got a lovely old Jacobean manor house and then a god-awful massive hotel and conference centre packed onto it, but you can see the old Jacobean manor house on the right-hand side at Littlecote.
Yeah.
So you can see the river wiggling along?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can follow that for us. You can see that's the old disused runway memory. The Americans put that in the war. See the concrete runway? There's memory services with the solar panels, and then running this way is a concrete runway.
Oh yeah.
So that was what the Americans put in the war for Dakotas, and all the paratroopers for D-Day for the Americans took off from there. Bit of history. Cool, well done. You have control.
Okay.
We're following the river back towards Marlborough there.
Right.
So then we're going past Ramsbury. You can see the old manor house on the river. And if you look ahead, we can then see the Savernake Forest appearing. So it's the belongs to the Earl of Cardigan. It's the largest piece of private forestry still in the country. Everything bigger than that belongs to the Forestry Commission. I've met the man. He's not very nice. That's the polite version. Not very nice. He's been called worse by his own members of his own family. Right. And again, we're about to cross over an old Roman road. So how do you know it's a Roman road?
Straight.
Bingo. So that's yeah, one of those things which from the air is like really obvious. Oh yeah, straight Roman road. Okay, so we'll go just towards the north end of the wood slightly. Tiny bit, Jazz. It's stick and rudder. That's it. Centralise the stick.
Golf Mike, Charlie, Charlie, Fox.
And then, yeah, right stick, right foot straightens us up. That's nice. When you're following something like a river, it's easy, or anything, it's easy to have it on your left-hand side a bit. If you try and get too much on top of it, you lose, it disappears under the nose. It's hard to follow.
Yeah.
And also the rule is that generally everyone goes along the right hand side, so if someone's using the same thing the other way, you'll pass safely one side to the other. That's it. Right, now one thing you want to keep an eye on is our height. So we're now 2,700 feet. If we're flying along straight and level, it's worth keeping an eye on that, because you might be gradually gaining height or gradually losing height, but you won't notice it because you're only gaining height or losing height 10 or 20 foot a minute, but in 10 minutes time you've lost 200 feet or gained 200 feet. So it's worth, making oh yeah, 2.7, what are we now?
7.
Well, we're now nearly at 2.6. So are we gaining height or losing height?
Losing.
Right. So what do we need to do that's going to bring us back up?
Increase throttle.
Yeah, go on then. Just a tiny bit.
Is it forwards?
Forwards. There you go. Now let's see what difference that makes.
Oh yeah, going up.
See? Now we're gradually going up, aren't we?
Yeah.
But unless you're monitoring that, you'll be losing height, we're gradually disappearing down. You see how we got closer to the clouds?
Yeah.
Now in a bit we'll want to start losing height for landing, but now here's Marlborough. We're going to go slightly to the right of Marlborough because we're going to go right over the top of it for the neighbours. So if you come gently right. Lovely, straighten up. Nice.
Radio, Golf Oscar Delta, Golf Charlie, to the south.
Now, as promised, if I have control for a second, can you see this? Although it starts as a farm track, can you see how it runs dead straight?
Oh yeah.
So this track all the way up, running out dead straight. So that's a really sort of distinctive, Roman road sort of thing. You can see it just zoop, straight line. Romans, eh? And you can see how it goes straight through that way and out to the woods.
Yeah.
Straight. So sometimes it's sort of just got, sometimes it's a proper road, and sometimes you can see it's just an old farm track, but they're still following the line of the old Roman road. That's kind of cool. Right. So in a little bit we're going to start thinking about coming into land. Okay. So we're going to start thinking about setting up the aircraft for that. So I'm going to put some carb heat on, fuel pumps on. I'm going to take off 525 feet off that, and I think we had just about 1,000 hectopascals, didn't we? What's that reading?
1,000.
So yeah, it was about 1,001, wasn't it? So that's us set up now as our height above the airfield rather than our height above sea level. Okay. Now, we've got probably about just 5 minutes to run, 10 minutes to run. So I've got 1,200.
Golf November India radio check.
Golf November India, Golf Papa Hotel, we're overhead Marlborough, your readability 5.
Reading you 5, and we're taxiing for runway 28.
There we go. So we've got about 1,000 foot to lose in about 5-10 minutes. So at the moment we're slightly gaining height, aren't we?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is reduce the power. Change the trim position slightly. And you see now we're losing 100 feet, a couple of 100 feet per minute. So this is the same as on the big planes. They get to a point, the engines go a little bit quieter, you get that funny sinking feeling under your bum, you start dropping down through the clouds, and again all the houses and the cars start to get a bit more 3D, everything starts to get a bit more real, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do the announcement for you. So ladies and gentlemen, we've commenced our descent into Yatesbury. Just remains on behalf of Captain Eloise and the crew to thank you for flying with us today. I'd just like to remind you to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened. The plane comes to a complete stop at the terminal building with the seatbelt signs being extinguished. Cabin crews, doors to manual. Cross-check please. So, there's us on our descent, going back in westwards over there. So yeah, a bit funny today. I think there's some weather on the way and it's gone a bit murky, but it's still nice to get up for a fly. Okay, so can you see the A4, the road running along this valley?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're following, so you have control.
I have control.
Well done, and we'll follow along the road for the moment till we get to the Beckhampton roundabout. These things out here are racehorse training tracks. These, they look like runways. And in the event of an engine failure, it definitely would be a runway, you know.
Yeah.
Rather, we're going in the Hudson. No, we're going inland there. But yeah, that'd be a great landing strip if need be. But you can see what we did before was we just took off and landed on a grass strip, didn't we?
Yeah.
Well, every open green field is a runway. Have a look round you. I think we're going to be fine, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
Combat traffic.
So, East Kennet, West Kennet, There's Silbury Hill, perfect. You can see the mound there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Stone Age. That was built about 6,500 years BC. And originally it was just a gleaming white pyramid of chalk, which in the Stone Age must have been pretty impressive. I mean, imagine, like, you know, in the Stone Age coming across, they built this enormous gleaming white pyramid of chalk. I must have been major Stone Age bragging rights. You know, doesn't your tribe have an enormous gleaming white pyramid? Oh, we've had one for perfectly ages now. Oh, you don't? Oh, bad luck. You know, it's just, you know, people say, what do you think it was there for? Clearly, Stone Age bragging rights. That's what it was there for. People say, oh, it's for ritual purposes. No, it was showing off. That was all it. You know. Our tribe's better than your tribe. No. Cool. Now we're going to go left a little bit to give ourselves some room.
Traffic Golf November Kilo.
That's good. Avebury Stone Circle over there. I don't know if you see the avenue of stones on this side feeding in. You can see how there's the stones leading up to the stone circle. There's like a row of stones going along by the side of the road here where the cars are parked up.
Oh yeah.
And there's a row of stones going into the stone circle over there. Cool. Now we got down to 1,000 feet. So what we're going to do is add a smidge of power. You want to add a smidge of power, please? And that helps slow down our descent.
Gate 3 traffic, Golf November India, ready to take off, runway 28, Gate 3 traffic.
Gate 3 traffic, Golf Papa Hotel, inbound from the west 2 miles, joining left base 28, Gate 3.
So, only one bit more of information before we land the plane. We know that pushing the nose down makes us fly fast, lifting the nose makes us fly slowly. Coming into land, we want to fly nice and slowly, but I don't want to lift the nose up because we can't see the runway. So there's one control we haven't really talked about yet, and we need to start thinking about, and that's going to be the flaps.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so well done. If I have control, what we're going to do, you can see to fly at 60, the nose would be up here somewhere. That's not going to be great for looking at the runway, is it?
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do, reduce the throttle, get us descending back down to circuit height.
Avebury traffic, Golf Papa Hotel, joining left base 28, Yates 3.
Now pop some flaps in, look what we get more lift and more drag. See us slowing down and there we are. Just as it was. And let's put some more in as well, there's the rest you see. And again, more drag again.
Avebury traffic, Golf Papa Hotel, final 28, Avebury.
So here we are, lined up on final. The wind's coming in from the left, so the nose is off to the left. Okay. So at this point, I'm just using the stick to get myself, and I'm just steering with my feet. If I'm too high, I reduce the throttle. If I'm too low, I feed a bit of power in. If I'm too fast, I lift the nose. If I'm too slow, I drop the nose. Now, because of the crosswind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to land on your wheel first. Right down, birdies. There you go. Gentle as that. And when does that stop being fun? Never. Cool. Right, we'll rescue your dad from his laptop. Ongoing project. Surgically joined at the hip. Cool. So the brakes go on. Flaps are up. Fuel pumps off. Carb heats off. Transponder to standby. A little drop and a rumble on 1. A little drop and a rumble on 2. Back to the idle. Radio transponders going off.